Good afternoon. This is Paul Martin, and I'm talking to you from Martin Healthcare Advisors corporate office in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. What we'd like to talk to you about today are what we call the high five to a successful rehabilitation company. And the high five are the 5 key attributes that we see that great companies have. And what we also see is that these great companies are the companies that are selling for the greatest multiples, the highest prices, and the best structure. Most recently, I'm holding right here a business wire that is discussing how M&A activity in the rehabilitation market for the year 2010 went up 973% from 2009. And this is a report from Irving, Levin and Associates, which is a very reputable healthcare merger and acquisition activity company. There were 12 rehabilitation deals completed in 2010, totaling $236 million. And so there's a lot of activity in the rehabilitation market. And we want to make sure that your business is prepared for this if this is the year that you're ready to potentially sell your business or consider a recapitalization of your business. So let's talk about the 5 attributes to what we see are the most successful companies in the country. First is size. Size in the rehabilitation industry is key as it spreads the risk for a buyer. When you look at size, a sizable company is considered 3 clinics or more. And typically, a buyer is looking for at least $2 million in revenue or top-line revenue or more. So if your company is smaller than that, this is a great time to initiate a very disciplined growth strategy of adding new clinics, either through startup, acquisitions, or potentially hospital contracts. And if your company is already of that size, this is a good time to consider potentially a sale event or continue that growth, again, with a disciplined strategy. The second key attribute to a successful rehabilitation company is clean and accessible books and records. The first thing that an acquirer is going to want to see are your financial statements as well as your operations reports. Develop a system today of budgeting and then a discipline that you review your financial statements on a monthly basis against that budget as well as against the prior year. In addition, operations reports that are looking at the key metrics of your business should be reviewed by you and your staff on at least a weekly basis. The third attribute is physician and payer diversity. Most acquirers are looking for companies, or they will assess a higher level of risk in a company that has 10% of more concentration with one referral source and 40% or more with one specific payer. Develop a strategy that to diversify and to expand that referral base. We advocate a direct contact strategy to physicians as well as a community and a public relation-based program to increase the visibility of your practice within the communities that you serve. Number 4, the fourth attribute is a strong management and operating system. Acquirers are looking for companies that are not owner dependent. It does not mean that you as the owner would not be key and integral in the business moving forward or have a role after the acquisition, but they're looking for a company that has strong managers at the clinic level as well as potentially at the regional or even national level. In addition, you should be able to explain how you operate your company, what reports you use, how you meet, and what the discipline is with your staff on creating accountability as well as responsibility to those who are managing the clinics as well as managing your regions. The fifth is compliance with industry regulatory as well as payer guidelines. This is absolutely essential. A strategic acquirer, those companies who are in the same business line that you're in, they know and understand compliance and can very quickly dissect whether or not you are compliant with payers as well as with regulatory guidelines in your state. A private equity buyer will have to be educated on this, but I will tell you from firsthand experience that they will be extremely disciplined in understanding and knowing what that compliance is and means and how necessary it is. And in many cases, that due diligence is more difficult with a private equity buyer as with an industry or a strategic buyer. So be prepared. Have a compliance program that you can have readily accessible and show to a potential acquirer. So those are the 5 attributes. And again, we believe that 2011 is going to be a monster year for mergers and acquisitions. Our sense right now is that there are many more buyers in the industry than there are sellers. And anytime you have that industry dynamic, there are tremendous opportunities for you as a potential seller of your rehabilitation business. So I thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you.